Hi folks, my name is Ravi Ranjan and by profession I am a data scientist at RMGX, and today we have two Unity certified international game developer trainers
That's
as
a lot.
well as you can say them freelancer. So why don't you guys introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Madhur Gupta. I'm a field engineer with Unity, and I have over 9 years of experience in game development. And majority of time I've been using Unity for making games, for making VR, AR applications.
So can you mention some of the games that you had work on?
Flying Jet, Airlift, IPL.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I work with Disney, Hangama Game Shastra, and I work with simulation companies that have developed these medical simulations for training doctors, nurses, and all, and that too in a collaborative environment.
Oh, I'm Michael Doyon. I work as an international master trainer at Unity. I do have certification, maybe not as long as the one you introduced us with. And I play games. I've been playing games for a while, then I decided to make games, and here I am.
So on which games did you have worked?
So I started my journey at Ubisoft as a tester, and we were working on Assassin's Creed Black Flag. So very good game to start on. Actually, it was a quite successful game and a very fun one to play. Then move on to be a tool programmer on Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and then from that point on, it was mostly small mobile game for client or web apps.
So how did you guys started your career out of it? Like how did you decide that you want your career to be as a game developer or kind of Unity developer? Because Unity developer can develop anything or not.
It's a good question. I don't know. I just knew it from the get-go, and I had the chance to stay home a little bit, as in I taught high school.
You didn't finish your degree too. I know it.
Okay, so yeah, no. I just knew it. I wanted to make games, and Unity was out there, and there was so much resources from a lot of people out there, not just Unity themselves, but a big community of people that wanted to share. So I went on YouTube and I watched myself 150 episode tutorial on how to make an RPG.
And now you are making yourself.
And now I make YouTube videos as well too. It's like I come from there, so I want to feed into that a bit. Yeah, it's
And
free content.
what about you, Mother?
Yeah, so ever since my childhood, I love playing games, consoles, handhelds, PC, a lot of them. And during my graduation as BTech Computer Science, I figured that normal IT jobs are not for me, and I shifted my thinking and came into game development.
Okay, so I wanted to know what are the career and options are there for the game developer?
Oh boy.
So there are a lot of avenues in game development. You can come in as game artists, game designers, game programmers, game testers. You can stream games to make money.
Yeah,
All of
that's
that
a
is-
new profession.
all of that is possible, and there are so many avenues, not just as game developers, but even Unity as a game engine is being used in different fields like automotive, manufacturing, AEC, and these big giant IT companies are now requiring game developers to create their solutions. So
Disney, yeah. Disney is big on that too. We do a lot of films now, and Disney uses that to make their short films.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you had worked with the Disney too.
yeah.
So, is there any kind of prerequisites that you have to needed to learn to become a game developer?
No, just passion to make games
Okay.
and learn things on your own.
But how someone can enter in the industry of game development?
How can?
Someone can enter in the industry of game development.
So what you have to do is you get certifications.
So certificate
Get certifications
certification may
that-
be a key point.
Certifications are one way. You create a portfolio of different applications or games that you make using Unity, and let your work speak for yourself. And with that, you can get into the game industry.
So suppose our viewers are completely beginner. So is there any way if you wanna guide them to start their games, and can you explain it?
Okay, as in start their game or start their learning process?
They are completely beginner. They don't have any idea.
Okay, so Speaking from experience, I think the best way to
Yeah.
start is not to tell yourself, I want to be a programmer or I want to be doing this in the game industry. I don't want people to visualize themselves working so much, but instead visualize themselves making the product they want. So every time someone new comes up to me and they say, where do I start? I want to learn how to make games. I want to make games. Don't say I want to learn how to make games. They just say I want to make games. I tell them, what game do you want to make? And from that point on, just try to make a small part of it. And eventually you'll be forced into looking at code. You'll be forced into implementing 3D assets. You'll be forced into these little nudge of new interaction you have with the engine or new interaction you have with any engine really. And it will lead to you like seeing those, being exposed to those, and eventually you'll pick up from it. Me, I didn't know how to code at all, and I was watching the YouTube tutorial. I was just writing the words one by the letter by letter, and I'm like, okay, I have compile error, I have to figure out why.
Okay.
And eventually, the more I saw the compiler, I was like, okay, that's a missing semicolon. I know what this error is. I have a null reference. I'm starting to understand there's a reference there. I have to plug that in. It just came along as I was doing something I wanted to do. It just came along as I was creating the project I wanted to make, and that was the initial goal. And I said it in the bootcamp earlier, but I initially wanted to be an artist, 3D artist, and create places. I just ended up like into the programmer role. Like I've been exposed to that by wanting to create my product. Now I'm a programmer, and I'm quite.
So
cool with
like,
that.
which is better, like to program the game from the scratch, or one should use the game engine? So like,
Oh.
which one you will prefer?
For beginners,
Yeah.
definitely pick up any kind of a game engine, because the game engines take care of the heavy lifting. They take care of animations. They take care of rendering stuff. They take care of artificial intelligence. A lot of these things have been already built in.
Okay.
But if you try to create your own engine yourself,
Then-
I would say you would fail, and you would be discouraged, and you would never pick that up.
Yeah, you don't give that to the beginner. Beginner, you don't ask him to make an engine because they'll be stuck in code and they'll go crazy. You give that to a very experienced person who wants to struggle a bit, a lot.
So like, I wanna know like which there are n numbers of game engines available in the market.
Mm-hmm.
Like which game engine is the best for the beginners?
Unity.
Unity.
So like, is there any kind of reason? Like, I know that you guys work for the Unity,
No,
but
we are not saying because we work for Unity, but
I know.
Unity by itself is so easy to just come in and pick it up and create stuff. It's mind-boggling. And if you see 7 out of 10 top mobile games for Android and iOS are made with Unity.
so can you give some example or names of those
Temple
games?
Run,
Yeah, I had played it too.
Subway Surfer.
Subway Surfer,
Oh my god, we have
See, Clash of Clans,
Cuphead,
Clash of Clans, Temple of Doom.
Every time we're asked this question, we forget. Yeah, no, it is. But as Madhur said, 7 out of 10 of the games you will see right now.
So I had
All
played
made in
Unity, like a game made in Unity that was, I guess name was Sooty Skies. So that was kind of good. Like it was kind of imagination, like kind of 2.5D, a mixture of 2D with 3D. So basically it was using kind of 2D asset and it
As
was
a movement,
visualizing
yeah.
like it's a 3D game.
Yep. So in game development terms, that is called isometric.
Isometric.
Isometric or
2.5 is isometric. You're seeing only one part of the.
So as
Or
I
3D side scroller, maybe even that.
So like, as I know, you have a YouTube channel and you like basically train people in the Unity part.
Yep.
So is there any kind of tutorials or learning part that you can give me later, so that I can attach with the video?
So best resource is unity3d.com/learn.
Okay.
Other is basically YouTube. There are different websites that have their own blog posts and
One
teach
is
stuff.
No,
One
yeah,
is
Epic.
Michael's one. But there are so many people who just want to share their knowledge about Unity. So ideally, if you're beginning with Unity, go to Unity's Learn website and then take things from there. And then if you're stuck, if you want to explore more, then open up the different avenues where you want to go.
And that's not
Reddit
just
is one good source. Unity blog post again is a great source for inspiration. Twitter is also a great place to look and to people to see and connect with and learn with.
So suppose like if someone wanted to become a AI developer, so like how he can start? Is there any kind of special things that he have to learn, or like Unity help him out in such an easy way? Is there kind of solution to that approach?
So just like the thing I mentioned earlier, he just needs to have a good project in mind that he wants to accomplish. First step, okay, let's get your AI machine working. How do you do that? Okay, I'm gonna have to build to my phone, then the person should look into building to their phone. That's the first step. Congratulations, you've built to your phone. It's a hard one sometimes, but after that, it becomes, okay, what do I want to do with my AR app? Do I want to visualize ghosts that are flying around? Okay, well, I'm going to start implementing a ghost. How do I put a 3D mesh in the engine? Okay, I see them, they're not moving. What do we do? Okay, we can put a script on it, put a component on it, have them moving. One step at a time. That's the simplest way I could explain it. But first, you need to break down your project. So whoever wants to learn this, the first step is really to just, what do you want to do? And break it apart as much as you can.
So like I had read a quote in a blog that every Unity developer, 3D developer is an AI developer. So can you justify it?
Yeah. So it's just one checkbox is there. You enable it, and your game or application is augmented reality, virtual reality.
So only a checkbox.
Yeah.
It's a checkbox, but you need to have the gear. Huh? You need to have the headset.
Yeah, like we need to have the hardware to implement it, but
Yeah.
only like nothing apart from that checkbox.
You hit the checkbox, you specify that you want to build to say an Oculus, and then you'll have the two eyes.
Okay. So is there any way like I have to code the game differently for the Android part and differently for the Windows?
So you use a language called C#.
Yeah.
You program or code the game on that, and Unity take care of that heavy lifting of changing the game's architecture for Android and iOS.
So like how much Unity support other platforms?
25 different platforms.
That's
So
large.
PC, consoles, mobile phones, AR, VR devices, all of them
Nintendo
are supported.
Switch, PS4, Xbox One, Windows Phone, the best one, BlackBerry at one point.
So
Yeah,
that's
and,
quite good. Like you have to code once and the game will be running in different platforms.
And we're working with different partners. We're always like working with these different publishers and these platform publishers. So we're gonna be ready for next generation. We're gonna be ready for next Nintendo. We're gonna be ready for next PS4, the new Xbox, the new phone, if there's ever one that beats Android or iOS. We're on top of that, and as soon as they release their dev kit, most likely we're gonna have an option to build those.
So last question. Suppose if someone like from the VR part, if someone is trying to learn Unity and if he got stuck at certain path, so like how he will get the support?
Oh boy, there's so many ways. The number one resource that really helped me out when I started was the Unity forum. In fact, I hope that you guys never find out what my last email was, my first email, because you're gonna see all my new blog posts on the forum. So many people were very kind, and so it was free, and I was just posting my problem out there. I try to be as specific as I can, and I get reply.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
If you have a question, 99% chances there it's already answered in the forums.
Bonus tip: you can also use Michael Discord.
Oh no, it doesn't work like that. No, yes, okay, so that's a good point also. Yes, the forum is a nice place. It's a nice place where Unity, we kind of curate it. We make sure it's clean, people are nice. But there's also private communities. So private communities could go from a YouTuber community, could go from a
Twitter community,
Twitter community,
Discord community.
They can be in all range, and over there you'll find like-minded people, and that's true for more than just Unity. But if you find like-minded people that are ready to help each other out, you can grow much faster. It's the concept of having a mentor to some extent, but the mentor is a different group, like different people, and it's a It's a big group, you know, when you put a lot of people together.
So like any suggestions for the beginners who are watching this video, like if you wanna give someone.
Unity.com/learn.
Okay, like for the so for the gaming part, I heard that you have to be expert in animation.
No.
So like no. Why?
You don't need to be expert in things. There is something called Unity Asset Store. It's a e-commerce within Unity itself, and if you need any kind of a resource, it's available there. If you need 3D models, animations, sound files, particles, systems, scripts, all of those are available there. You just download them and use them, and create your game or experience.
So at the end, the conclusion is, if you need animation, go to Unity store. If you want to make games for the cross-platform, then use Unity. And if you want a complete beginner, then you can also refer to the Unity.
Yeah, and Unity is going to make you learn how to program. If you're into that, then after that, you'll have the whole world to you. You'll have your first programming language, and you can learn a little bit more about DevOps. Maybe push your own multiplayer servers for your Unity game. It's a good entry point to learn pretty much anything, the game industry in general, and just get started. Yeah, that's the most important part.
I guess your YouTube channel mostly cover all of those topics, no?
It depends. It depends on what I feel. I personally like to share thing I go through. So as I go and I want to learn something, so I want to learn how to make multiplayer game, I go there and I make a video after I learned a little bit more. It's a good way also to reinforce what you know. You learn it once, but then if you teach it, you know it even better.
Yeah.
It's just, I can't tell you what's going to be on there.
Okay, so that's all. Yeah.
Awesome.
Finish up the conversation. So
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you
very much.
So no, actually I should be thanking you that
Okay.
we had came from the Canada itself, and you had came from the Bombay. So yeah.
No, I mean, I'm here in India now. Cheers, man.